Today we're going to take a look at characteristics of a graph. And in particular, we're going to look at where is a graph increasing, where is a graph decreasing, where are the maximums, and where are the minimums. So we're going to take a look at it on Desmos here, but make sure you come talk to me sometime about how you do this on the TI Inspires as well. One of these days during work time, let us take a look and we'll show you to make sure you know how to get the graph in there and how to find maxes and mins. But here I have a graph on Desmos here. And you can see we got x to the fourth minus 5x cubed plus 5x squared plus 5x minus 6. And we have the graph right here. And we're going to talk about some of these important points. So if I click on this graph here, you will notice the x-intercepts pop up. And if I click on them, you can see what the coordinates are. Here's the y-intercepts. And then all these places where the graph turns. So down here we have a minimum. Here would not be a maximum, but it's a high point. And then we have another low point. So if we wanted to describe where this graph is increasing, it's increasing from this low point of where x is negative 0.326 up to where x is 1.469. So we can go back here and we describe using our x values. So negative 0.326, and we'll use that interval notation. I already forgot what that value was. Whoops. 1.469. So I'll just highlight those two. So negative 0.326 to 1.469. But then if we look at that graph again, we have another increase. So it's increasing from here, and it keeps increasing, so we could say infinity. So we can go back, and it was 2.6 something, all the way to infinity. And again, we're always describing these increases and decreases with our x values. So if I highlight these two, it's decreasing between those 2 points, so 1.469 and 2.607. And then let's see, it's also decreasing along this left-hand part. So we would say negative infinity to negative 0.326. And now we're going to talk about maximums and mins. There's two types of max and mins. There's the absolute, and then there's something called relative. And what absolute means is the absolute highest part on the graph. And what relative means is maybe another high part, but not the highest. So if we take a look at this graph, well, is there an absolute max? Like I would look at this point right here and say that's kind of a maximum. That is a high point. Whoops, let's see if we can bring this back. And it looks like the technology, oh, is it right here? Looks like the technology just died out. Let's see, here we go. All right, so here's a high point on the graph, but it's not the highest. So when we go back here, we could say there's none. There isn't an absolute max, but the relative max, and I already forgot that, was 0.941. So that was a high point of 0.941 at where x equals 1.469. And then the absolute minimum. Well, let's see. Here's the absolute minimum, but there's another min right there, so that would be our relative minimum. So again, here the absolute is negative 6.9 at x equals negative 0.326. But there was also this relative here of negative 1.38 at x equals 2.6.